YouTube people, what is going on? Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics here for a little live stream. We're kind of falling into a little routine here on these Tuesday nights. It seems like so. I don't know if it'll be a regular thing. It won't be next week. I know that for sure. Kind of a crazy week next week. Definitely will not be a live stream next week. Content might be a little all over the place next week too. So, yeah, typical stuff. We'll see what chat has for us. I got a couple things to kick us off here. Might be some special guest appearances later in the night. We'll see. There's been invites sent. We'll see if I get shunned or if some people pop on. So, what's up, Bravos? What's up, Talat? If I'm never going to get your name right. But yeah. So, the only really crazy thing that I've seen today so far, it sounds like Top Shot NFL is coming. I don't know if I care. I'm sure I'll probably buy some to try to quick flip it, but I won't put any real money into it. I'll take a peek at it. I haven't looked at Top Shot in like ever since I got all my money out of it. So I don't know. Do you care about like NFL version of Top Shot? I doubt most people do. I mean, I guess a lot of people probably will, but I won't most likely. So what's up, Global? What's up, Toad? What's up, Romas? I think I said what's up, Bravos already. So that was kind of the only news. Oh, the other thing too, which I didn't get a chance. I didn't really think it justified its own video. I see that CSG has a set registry now. That launched today or a couple days ago. Actually, they announced that. I missed it on the Sunday video, and I really just haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. I don't know if that moves the needle on them at all. That's kind of like a really long-term thing. It's good that they have one, but what is going on, Simon? What is going on, Joshua? What's up, Joel? What's up, Doug? What's up, Chris? We'll kick it off with this question here. First real question in the old chat here. What are 2 or 3 of your grails that you hope to attain at some point in time? I got one. One is checked off the list. At least a medium-sized grail. Giant-size X-Men #1, hiding back there in the corner. That's one of them. Hulk 181 is on the list. Would I like, an X-Men 1, an 86 Fleer Jordan, a LeBron Topps Chrome Refractor? Sure. But I like to set my goals or my grails as semi-reasonable. Not that, whatever giant size X-Men one was, $4,000 for a comic book is super achievable. But that, we got there. So I would say Hulk 181 is probably the next big one. One of them's already checked mark off, so that'll cover 2 or 3. Something to occupy me by working late. Yeah, I'll probably go for about an hour or two. I don't want to go super crazy. How should I prep for Philly in early December? Modern baseball or hoops? December depends on how the NBA market goes. I would think NBA would still be hot at that point in time. NBA video dropping tomorrow, going over what's up, what's down leading into the season. It was kind of a weird one. Interesting stuff on the NBA video tomorrow in regard. If you look at it one way, the market is flat. The NBA market has not gone up most of the summer. If you look at it another way, it's on fire. So it really depends on what you're looking at, which is important to make sure that you do your research. So that's spoilers for tomorrow's video. I don't know that I would consider an Optic Hollow 10 Luca a grail card. I mean, would I like one? Sure. I definitely don't want one at current prices. I would wait until they dip back down again. I mean, that card's probably going to crack. I don't know. There's one that actually ends tonight that I was keeping an eye on. Let me pull up eBay here in front of me real quick on the old iPad. What is it at right now? Oh, that's a So there's one that ends in 5 hours at $4,100. I'll be curious to see what that gets to. Last one did 5,500 or like 5,250 or something, mid fives, low fives. So we shall see. Quickly, P will or do you fade both for Denny? I have not put a ton of research into last year's rookie class at all. Of the three names, Quickly has the New York market, which is intriguing. It juices him a little bit more. Patrick Williams probably has the most intriguing upside. Denny Advia, I think, has long-term play. He's also probably has the lowest floor too. I almost came close to pulling a trigger on a Soto in regards to next big card. I don't really card wise, I don't set a ton of targets. I kind of just let the market dictate to me what the next card is I was looking for. I came extremely close, like, I mean, as close as you could possibly get to copying and pasting the guy's email address in the PayPal on a very nice Soto card, and I changed my mind at the last minute. It was one of those situations where I just needed to close the laptop and walk away. I just had to put the phone down and walk away because I was beginning to fall prey to FOMO a little bit on it. It's a nice card. It was a good price. It probably is going to go up from where that it's at, but I just felt like I wasn't buying at the right time. I feel like the right time to buy Soto was a month ago. And I got caught up in a little bit of a Soto FOMO period. So I passed on it. And as soon as I passed on it, it ended up selling, which did not help the FOMO at all. But it is what it is. I think it was the right call. Time will tell. The card's still on my radar, but there's no real hurry to buy it. The baseball season's about to end. Soto's season's about to end. He has an outside chance at an NL MVP. He's the ultimate long-term hold, in my opinion, when it comes to baseball. So I closed the laptop and walked away. Whether it was right or not, we'll find out. 86 Fleer, I'd like to have one at one point in time, but I probably wouldn't want one in a high grade. I'd probably just want one to say that I had one. So Dakota, Sports Cards Anonymous is all over me about getting a Jim Brown rookie. But I don't know. Lockdown madness over there, huh? So far, everyone's good on my side of the world. And the reason I want to keep the stream short is I actually got boosted today. Shot 3 today. So I don't want to go too crazy. Get a nice little early night in bed, relax for a little bit. I like any of the Cavs in red cracked ice. I was actually looking at some Colin Sextons, but no one wanted to move them around comps at the recent show. There's been a couple PSA 9s and PSA 10s that I've seen. The Trae Young Sexton, or the Trae Young Sexton. The Trae Young red cracked ice PSA 10 went for over 1,700 last night, I think. I'm still kicking myself for passing on that at the National. It was a big mistake. I have not dug into Dax since like week 1. I'd like to do a little NFL market deep dive. I just still had not had time to do that. Thank you, sir. What's up, Tube? What's up, Charles? What's up, One for the Task? I have not dug into the Fanatics auction platform. It seems pretty thin early on. We'll see if that changes or not. I don't know that he needs to go, but he probably should at least had charges pressed against him for malpractice for what he did to Justin Fields on Sunday. Like, way to put your young quarterback out there that can run around like a nutcase and run the same offense that Andy Dalton runs. Like, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know the Joker's underpriced. I mean, he's not going to win another MVP. He's got the one. The Nuggets are without Jamal Murray for most of the season. If they had Jamal Murray fully healthy coming into the season, they would be my pick to come out of the West, honestly. The team is good, but they really need Jamal Murray. I do think his stuff is a little too cheap, but I don't know if he's the most underpriced. I think they get it fixed. Honestly, I don't know. We'll find out. It could happen. If it does, I'd be a buyer, especially on Soto and Tatis and Vlad. Top three interests for buying right now. Who would they be? Um, the only really answer I could give you is a Hulk 181. Sports card wise, it goes back to the same. Like, I don't have like my list of who I want to buy and what I'm looking for in cards varies by the hour sometimes. Like I said before, maybe this question got asked after I said it or before I said it. I kind of let the market dictate to me what I'm looking for. I mean, my radar is mostly on like my eBay save search list is mostly baseball tops chrome refractor auctions for various players. Because I think within the next month or so, there's going to be deals to be had. I agree, Charles. Smash the like. Yeah, a PSA 9 game is 100% viable. I get questions on it all the time about, should I be buying PSA 9s? Should I chase PSA 9s? Hey man, I can't afford a $5,000 Luca Opticalo, but I could get a 9. They go up the same percentage a lot of times. And I think, which I'm probably going to do a video about this next week. I feel like I say that all the time. I feel like personally, my biggest edge is finding values in cards that get left behind when the market moves on other stuff. And a lot of times that's PSA 9s. So if I like the player and I like the card and I like what the data is telling me, and I could get someone to sell it to me at current comps, when I feel those comps are not correct, I feel like that's my biggest edge. Sometimes it's hard finding the card. Yeah, FOMO gets us all sometimes. Got to go with Jim Brown on that one. Not that I saw either one play, so I wasn't not that old. Yeah, Steph Curry definitely giving the old pump and dump to Garland. Ben Simmons cards actually got a little spike this week based off the trade demands. I don't know if it holds or not, but we'll see. Buy all the Josh Gordon rookies that your credit cards allow. Would not take football advice from Dakota. Did Dakota actually say buy Josh Gordon? Did I miss that? I am not big on modern mosaic basketball. It's fine. It looks cool. Oops, autofocus freaked out a little bit there. What is going on right now? What is happening? Why did it get dim? I don't know what. There we go. I don't know what is happening with my camera right now. I'm not big on Obsidian. I prefer, if you're going to go with a niche hobby product, I'd prefer Spectra. Boy, autofocus. What are you doing? And Mosaic, I prefer the older Mosaic to the new stuff, honestly. The new Mosaic base looks better. Last year's Mosaic base was kind of garbage. The silver Mosaics look the best, in my opinion. I've talked about that a ton before. I have a Luca floating around here somewhere. Luca. My case is out of order. Where is that card? Like, base Mosaic last year looks like crap, in my opinion. This is the generic, dumb-looking card. These look really good. So maybe base Mosaic, but it's never going to get the same love as like an Optic Hollow or a Prism Silver. And Obsidian gets like, especially Obsidian base cards get like no love at all. Yeah, Herbert got a nice little run up there from that game for sure. Ben looks washed. I haven't seen yet. I haven't had a chance to dig in to see if his price has got a bump, but I know a lot of his stuff sold. For sure. I noticed on a lot of the selling platforms, all the recent sales are a lot of MPJ stuff is moving. The other thing today, which I didn't make a post about because I just feel like it's beaten on a pinata. Breakout Cards, Ryan from Breakout Cards, who is exceptional. He has a whole. He's writing a book literally on spotting fake cards. Tweeted out about a fake Gretzky rookie in an HGA slab. So that's going around the internet today. Not to pile on them, but is what it is. I That's going to be interesting. I think it depends on how they play Trigger. That's a lot of cash tied up, and they paid Aaron Gordon too, I think. Um, and those owners don't typically like to pay the luxury tax, so we'll see what happens. I think they give it a run for a year and then go from there. I really think the Jamal Murray ACL injury is like one of the biggest what ifs of the NBA lately. With StarStop accepting all rookies, do you see low end sets like football, blah, 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 in higher demand because of StarStock A? Does this help or hurt StarStock? I don't think StarStock is not that big of a player in the grand scheme of things. Like we all like it, but they're not that big of a player. Them suddenly accepting all rookie cards, I don't think moves the real card market. It doesn't hurt StarStock. It puts more inventory on the platform for people looking for it. I saw Dakota tweeted out, or not tweeted, posted today that StarStock added a new feature with you could set like expired times on offers and sales postings, so that's interesting. Andrew, wow, man, don't even get me started on Wiggins and Kyrie. Yeah, I've just never been a big auto guy in general. The chrome. I'm the evil new modern flipper that just likes the shiny chrome stuff. What are you gonna do? I haven't yet. Do I ever buy myself something nice outside of sports cards and comics using the money that you made selling? No. So far, I'm still in the build the fun money pile and stash of cards in the case and comic book collection phase. Now that the machine's kind of rolling, it took me about 6 months to get it rolling. But now between that and the profits from the YouTube world, like I've been using that to, for lack of a better term, buy dumb stuff like giant size X-Men ones. So, I mean, Dallas was kind of strapped in regards to what it could do. They didn't have a ton of cap space. They didn't have any trade assets. All their picks went to the Knicks for KP. So, I don't really know what people expected them to do. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. Simmons getting traded anywhere, I think at least gives him a slight bump because that's just kind of a nature of the beast. This is a fair point, Trigger. Yeah, I still don't know if it's going to be enough to cover him, rookie. Yeah, but it's kind of like all news is good news. So on the trade spec alone, it would get a little bump. I would be more interested to see what it did to cat cards. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the 18 mosaic. I'm with you there. I haven't seen how much those have gone up. I actually had my eyes on those for a while and then passed. I love 17 and 18 mosaic basketball. I don't like 19, but I love 17 and 18 and 16. I'm gonna try to stop by Friday night. I have an extremely busy next 10 days. Basically, once Thursday night hits, I am ridiculously busy. I have an extremely long day at work on Friday. I'm gonna try to hit it Friday night because I will not be able to hit it Saturday and Sunday most likely. Paul coming out guns blazing. HGA forgot authentication is first, grading is second. To be frank, they deserve the bankruptcy that is their fate by 2023. Yikes. I don't know if he's wrong, but yikes. I think it's two different worlds. Like, I get what you're going for, Inglorious. I just don't know that it works on our side. I'd have to think about that one for a minute. Trigger. Who cares if the Gretzky is a fake as long as the card color matches the holder? I'm stealing that one. Don't be surprised if I steal that one, Trigger. I'll try to credit you. I talked to Dakota yesterday. I was giving him crap about this, so I'm with you. What's up, Yang? Here until he admits Wentz sucks. Not really. I don't deal much with vintage. I don't really look much at vintage. I'm mostly guys currently playing. Because I like watching the guys that I have cards of, which I think a lot of people are like that, honestly. I would back this comment. Cat had a rough year last year off the court. I'm going to cut him a lot of slack for last year, but you're not 100% wrong. I haven't personally seen this. I know I talked to Norin from Sketch Card Hive. He had mentioned that on the PMG side of things, the movie/TV realm will help give that stuff a little bit of bump. But like on the Marvel 90 universe, that sort of stuff, it hasn't yet. So the problem with Soto not going up 2x is because his season ends in 4 days. So a lot of people are going to look at it as why am I buying it now? It's just probably going to dip in the off season. So it caps the ceiling to a degree. Yeah, I'm well aware, David. Can we talk about how HGA standards don't mention actual centering standards? Look it up. Yeah, I'm well aware. Their video is supposed to come out today or tomorrow, I think. It's supposed to be this week. I forgot about that. That should be out. I thought they said the 28th or 29th or 30th. So that'll be fun. I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see this HGA video and see what it does. I mean, Soto is going up, but I think that he's expecting it to go up more. I love Rudy from Alpha Investments. Probably my favorite YouTube channel, or one of my favorites. Love Rudy. Whether you watch whether you care about Magic the Gathering or not, you should probably be watching Rudy. That guy seems extremely smart. And he's just entertaining. He's smart and entertaining. And he has a sarcastic, sassy attitude, which I enjoy. Yeah, you're not going to see that. Everything graded sells at a premium. Just kidding. Just depends on the card and how hard it is to 10. Russ Wilson, yes. Jalen Hurts, no. I think Jalen Hurts is a good fantasy quarterback, not a good real life quarterback, in my opinion. See tomorrow's video. I talk about the NBA market and the run up to the season. I'll give some quick spoilers here. I mentioned earlier, essentially, if you look at one side of the market has not moved in NBA at all. If you look at another side of the market, it's up 30 to 40% depending on the player, or 20 to 40% depending on the player. Essentially, base cards are 100% flat. Silvers and hollows are up a ton since the bottom out in the summer. So it takes a ton for a base card to move. That's the reason why I spent most of the summer moving off as much base as I possibly could to get into silvers and color match and whatever. I did not see that, but that sucks. Got a small 8 car order back from SGC today. They do love the 9.5, and that's almost a detriment to them because the problem is SGC 9.5 sell like crap. They barely get, depending on the card, unless it's something really big, you're lucky to get much over raw. You're probably not wrong there, Kenny. HGA probably could come out with like an Oscar-winning video, and people would still find a reason to pick it apart. But we'll see. We'll see what they got. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what they got. I mean, they need to stop grading fake cards. That would help, but I don't know if you could say if money wasn't an option and then best value. I don't know if that makes sense. To me, the Grail Soto card, like, let's exclude super low pop, super low numbered stuff, would be like probably his auto refractor from Bowman Chrome. I think that's out of 250. I don't remember exactly, maybe 499. But obviously, like, like if the red out of 5 or something would be like the Grail, but you should be soon, Jonas, because I got mine back from late October, right after the National. So I'm pretty sure Filmington just bought a Soto purple. Check his Instagram. I'm almost positive Filmington just picked up a Soto purple. Hey, what's up, Conquest Cards? I haven't spent a ton of time looking at the 2021 rookie class. I'm just, for whatever reason, they just don't excite me. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there is. To your point right here, there has to be some hidden gems. You're probably 100% correct. I just don't know what that class just does not grab me. I think I'm going to be late to the party on whoever it is. Nice rum and coke. It's wild cherry Pepsi Zero or whatever the hell it's called. I'm not like Dakota. I'm not sitting here getting hammered. Market's getting smarter every minute. Market is constantly getting smarter. There's a billion content creators making content about the market. There's a million different data tools that spit out information about the market. People are learning from their mistakes. But at the same time, Bull will drop 20 in a preseason game next week, and his cards will triple in value the next day. So what the hell do we know? Yeah, I mean, base is fine if you're just coming into the game. Everyone needs to start somewhere. But unless it's older base, pre 2017 and earlier, like, so if we're specifically talking NBA, like 2017 select base is low. Even 2017 Prism Tatum is not a super high pop card. It's like 3,000, 4,000. But if you're talking 18 and newer, yeah. Like 2018, and well, let's just talk strictly basketball here. 2018 to 2020, 2018 and 2019 killed base. They just took base out and just killed it. They just killed it. 2020 and 2021 are killing parallels because there's a million of them now. There's what, like 86,000 different LaMelo parallels out of Select and Prism. So if it's not one thing, it's the next thing. Bowman first auto, PSA 10 would be nice. Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Filmington just snagged a purple. Thought he just posted it on IG. The dollar is HGA the Dollar General in the card world. Uh, that's probably accurate. Through a group submitter conquest or on your own? I assume through a group submitter. Is that in a PSA 10? I assume that seems like a really good price for that. I would put 50 bucks on Star Stock and see what you could do with it. Other than that, you can look at older base on players. Like I mean, depending on what your budget is, like PSA nines of like the older guys, not older guys, but like Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, like that sort of stuff, where base still has a little bit of value. Take your profits where you could get it. Don't get overly greedy, and just try to buy smartly, like on the lows on stuff. Dig in value boxes too. It's a lot of work, but dig through value boxes. You could find a lot of people churn a ton of profit digging out of value boxes. Some definitely do. I had cards lose value on my last sub. That's a good comment, Simon. I don't prospect baseball at all. I wait till they're already established to buy them. The only one that I would take a flyer on, which I think is a smart pickup if you just wait for stuff to keep dropping, it's guaranteed to spike next year. I don't know when it'll happen. You might have to hold it for a while. Just buy a bunch of Bobby Witt. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer to me. He didn't get called up. His stuff is going to dip over the winter. Just buy it up every time you see one go cheap. Bowman Chromes, autos, mojos, whatever. Back to, I'm sorry, I forget who it was, the person that asked about like how to get started. It'll take you a while. Just watch Bobby Witt paper PSA 9s go off at low auctions, or probably try to get the chromes. We saw it with Wander Franco. He's going to get called up probably a month in the next season. He probably won't break camp with the team. He'll get hyped to all hell in the preseason. He'll get called up and just sell him on the call up. Just sell it all. So I've actively been looking for a little bit of Bobby Witt. I bought a PSA 10 Mojo on Star Stock the other day. Thoughts on SGC? Richard, I feel like you're trolling and you're trying to get me in trouble. I'll give some quick thoughts on SGC. I've talked about them a ton. SGC is perfectly fine. SGC is a very good grader. I would put them on par with BGS and PSA. You can absolutely make money quick flipping the right cards to SGC, but you have to send them the right cards and you have to do your research on which cards to send them. Otherwise, you will lose. Certain cards should go to PSA, certain cards should go to SGC. Those really should be the only two grading companies you're actively sending cards to right now, in my opinion. The secondary market, if you're buying cards already graded to flip, I would stay away from SGC. They are not very liquid, and the secondary market doesn't tend to like them very much, which is why they sell for like 60% of a PSA 10 and a similar grade in SGC. That's my quick and dirty. Yeah, even older selects dipped a little bit. I was going to say October value should be getting pretty close. Because the second, what you probably asked this while I was still answering the first one. Um, the secondary market just doesn't like SGC, and I don't see it changing. This is super big spoilers. I recorded this video way ahead. This is dropping next week. I have a video talking about why I think PSA is the dominant player and why I don't think it's changing anytime soon. It's good and bad. It's good because it means people are using them more, but it's bad because if they keep slowing down and then PSA reopens regular service pretty quick here, which I have a feeling regular service is coming sooner rather than later, that's going to be more cards that heads PSA's way. Oh, Jeff. Tom Brady the GOAT. What's up, Neo? Thoughts on Stafford? I assume you have Stafford already. No, Stafford's playing exceptional. He is probably in the short list for MVP right now, and that team looks good. Is it actually 45 days though, Dave? Because they've been overestimating on purpose to keep their turnaround times looking better than what they actually are. One second. For that, IG messages for potential guests. Yeah, I'm just not a prospect guy. Cooper Cup. I don't know. I picked up, so I'll show you what I bought. Hold on a second. I got this. I thought this was a fair price. It was actually $50 under comps when I bought it. Share the screen. Share the right screen. So I picked this up just the other day. PSA 10, there you go, buy price right there. PSA 10, Bobby Witt, Megabox Mojo for 210. Last eBay comp was 250 on it, I think, 240. That seems more than reasonable enough. You know, cheapest one now is 240. That's right at comps. That seems fine. I wouldn't run out and buy that one. But for 210, I'll take that all day. I'll just leave it sitting on Star Stock. It's a cool looking card. I'm a sucker for Mojos. So for right now, I'll probably just leave that on Star Stock. I might have it shipped home. I don't know. I feel like it just takes up space in the case if I ship it home because I probably wouldn't look to sell it till March. Wow, Bobby Witt Jr. I forgot the junior on the end. Yeah, Wander's way down from his peak. That's fair. Yeah, BGS is still a play for RPAs, but I see a lot more of that stuff going to PSA now too. 1,000%. Well, I will do a review of the HGA video if it drops this week. 1,000%. If anything crazy happens next week, I probably won't. I'll be able to get a video out, but it won't be as fast as I'm normally able to get one out. So, if some crazy PSA news happens or some other nonsense happens next week, I will not be as quick on the trigger as I would. So, I hope the HGA video comes out this week. I would love for it to come out right now. Oh God, if it dropped right now, that would be amazing. Do me a solid, HGA. Drop the video. Let me check IG just in case. Because I thought they said like the 28th. They wanted to drop it on like the 28th. I don't see it. They've probably been stuck in meetings all day trying to figure out how to stop fake cards from getting their slabs. Can't send in a new Silver Prism NBA rookie to PSA unless it's a Melo or Edwards at the moment. SGC has value for lower to mid end. Out of this year's class, that's probably accurate. I have to check comps though. 150 a card kind of opens it up a little bit more. Vlad Auto Refractor, would you send it to BGS or PSA right now? Looks like a 9.5 to me. PSA. It's not even close. I've not bought any more X-Men metal boxes, but I have 4 Spider-Man metal boxes coming home. All right, we have special guests in the background. I see them in the back. Let's add them to the stream. Let's welcome. She's been on the channel before. What is up, Sam?
Hey, how are you?
Turn this down just a little bit. Sam from Women of the Hobby, special guest tonight on a quick pop in. No Survivor must be. She blew me off for Survivor last time. I'm a little salty still.
Yeah, and then I started looking at Survivor cards, so
That's yes. How did that go? Did you make plays on Survivor sealed wax?
no, they were like super old from like seasons, like the very first season. And so I was like, no, there was also Survivor cards from Australia, I think, like originally where it was maybe. So I was like, no.
Interesting. Survivor cards heading to SGC slabs near you is not going to be happening.
Yeah, not by me. Someone else might make that play. I did see like so last week was a premiere of the season and some cards were selling last week, so that was kind of funny.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy. Sam coming on the gloat about her 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, it's honestly a surprise to me as much as it is probably to everyone else. So,
What's more surprising, your 3-0 Panthers or your 0-3 fantasy football season?
golly, the fantasy man, it is really killing me.
You
I
should have won week one. Week one, you got hosed.
Yeah, it's like my teams are just not aligning. I'm on two different teams. So on the team with you guys, I have Chuba Hubbard, but then on my other team, I have McCaffrey. And so I'm like, if I drafted McCaffrey, I should have drafted Chuba Hubbard like on the same team, you know? So that's been
Yeah. I thought you were going to win this week. It was close, but you ended up not being able to pull that one out either.
no, and I lost to my other team too because McCaffrey got hurt, and I'm like, what the heck? It's
Have
just
you had any big PC pickups lately, Panthers wise, or you've been all quiet on the buying front?
no. Well, I had a few weeks ago. I had a Jonathan Stewart. It was actually super cheap, but it was like a gold vinyl out of 5, and he was cool. And then honestly, I've been looking at so I did a WNBA box. I ripped that a few weeks ago. So I was looking into WNBA a little bit more, and I got this Asia Wilson. I don't know if you're familiar with the WNBA, but
Not at all.
well, she went to South Carolina, so that's like another main reason
Big for you.
yeah, I went to South Carolina, so I picked up that Asia Wilson. But yeah.
What so like WNBA, like is last year's stuff still holding value pretty good? Like how I have no concept for that market at all. So drop
Yeah,
some
I'm not,
knowledge.
like, super involved. There's actually if anyone is interested, there's a WNBA, like, Facebook group, they post a lot in there, but WNBA from last year is actually doing really well. I think like, I picked up a hobby box last year for 250 and it's still, I think, staying pretty strong at, like, 600 a box,
Whew.
and then I think the print run last year was super low, especially compared to this year. So, like last year, I also got blaster boxes. I got like 4 for 100, and now they're doing like $90 a piece. So
Sleeping on the WNBA wax market. Seriously, what the
I
hell?
know, I was like, wow, I really should have like just bought and held. But um, like when I opened it, so I opened it all because whatever, and you get like green pulsars out of 25. And I haven't opened up any blasters this year, but I've heard that the blasters this year, the green pulsars out of 25 are like super hard to pull. Where last year I think they were saying they were like 1 in every 2 boxes. This year they're probably, I don't even know, like 1 in every 10 or so they've definitely increased the print run.
Like now I'm getting Survivor chat in my thing. Look at the shenanigans that you're bringing on.
Wow. That's so crazy. Unicorn.
And now people want you to explain why your football team sucks.
I don't know. And we always have like an upset. Like my senior year of college, we beat Georgia. That was amazing. And then last year, kind of an upset. It was early in the year. We beat Auburn. They were ranked at the time. So we have like one decent win, and then like we'll fail to make a bowl game or make a bowl game, the lower level one, and lose. So I don't know.
People talking about scooping up WNBA silvers for cheap.
I would definitely scoop up last year's, like its first year prism for WNBA. I think that stuff long term is probably pretty safe. Yeah, and the
Also, like
written
you
book.
said, the print count's so small.
Yeah, the print, and then everyone's chasing right now, that was Sabrina's rookie year. Um, there's also a lot of Gamecocks rookie years. There was, Micaiah Herbert Harrigan and Tyasha Harris. I think they were picks, like, 3 and 5, uh, but they also went to South Carolina. So that was another reason I got into it.
Are you familiar with the Rittenhouse product? I know that they make a lot of they made a lot of Marvel cards back in the day.
Yeah, so, like, the Rittenhouse, I'm pretty sure that's, like, the older, I would say, like, not
The
vintage.
OG.
Yeah, like, almost the vintage WNBA, and that stuff is a bit pricey, some of it, because it has, like, Diana Taurasi, like, Sue Bird, I'm pretty sure, like, those big names, so like, if you look up, like, a Sue Bird rookie, they go like, I think they go for a lot, kind of, but I'm about to look that up.
I remember looking at was it Becky Ham? Who's the one that almost became the
Mhm.
coach? Like that was interviewing for the coach of the Trailblazers potentially.
Yeah, that was Becky Hammon.
Yeah, I remember taking a quick glance at her rookie cards in case she got the job as like being the first women NBA coach bump type thing. But they were already like, I'm like, okay, that's more than I want to spend on this spec play. Like they weren't like a ton, but there was more than I thought that they would be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, like, a Sue Bird PSA 10, one just sold on the 24th for 2,500.
Whew,
So yeah, it's not really a low entry card, so yeah.
jeez.
And I think long term, like, I mean, Sue Bird's probably gonna go down as, I mean, she already is one of the best, so, um, but yeah. So I was looking at WNBA a little bit, nothing, like, major, honestly, just, like, that card, but
Are you buying any regular NBA? Are you like pumped up for like? Do you have any? Did you make any plays before the season started, or because it starts basically next week?
no, I haven't, but I had, like, low-end PSA stuff that I just threw up on eBay that I'm hoping, like, one of them sold, like, it was just a Tyler Hero optic that had been sitting for a few weeks, and then it randomly, like, I had best offer on, but they just bought it outright, like, and this is a weird thing that I thought was weird. It's like the eBay account that bought the Tyler Hero optic, whatever, the name of it was, like, Auto Card Buyer. And it had, like, he had, like, a huge eBay score, and I'm wondering if this account, like, buys cards once cards reach, like, it's a system almost, like, they
Like a script?
yeah, like, they buy cards if they reach a certain point, because I looked at that card later, and then there was, I think mine was listed at, like, I don't know, $39, and one had sold for $44, and I'm like, I wonder if, like, it picks up all the low ones
Like
and
if an auction ends like
yeah,
X percentage higher than bins, go scoop up the bins
yeah, like,
automatically on low
yeah.
dollar stuff or something.
Yeah, like
That's
a
interesting.
program or something that was buying it, so that was really interesting to me.
People talking up Super in the chat.
Yeah, like, they're not cheap, basically, is what I'm saying, like,
Do you have any hot takes on SI for kids cards? Because I know that you had some SI for kids cards. I don't know if you had any WNBA specific.
yeah, I don't have, like, the Taurasi. I also, like, again, went to South Carolina, so Dawn Staley, she has the SI for Kids card. I don't have any of those, but I think just because probably I'm assuming, like, the population of WNBA cards in general is gonna be so low. It's kind of like how we've always said, like, once the pure rookie gets above people's price range, people are gonna start looking at the alternative. So I could see that SI for Kids card being that alternative if people get priced out of, the other more iconic, rookie cards as well.
How's the did you list all your Pokemon? Didn't you just get a big Pokemon sub back?
Yeah, I listed it all, and it's not selling. I've had offers. I'm about to just put it on auction because I wanna get it out.
Yeah, get the cash. And I mean, I don't follow that market at all, so I'm not sure like how crazy prices fluctuate on that stuff because it's I would assume it's fairly well established unless someone pumps it basically
Yeah, and, honestly, like, I haven't lost money on it because this was back when I paid
like
what,
12 bucks a card or
like,
whatever.
$15, let's just call it, like, 15 to grade, and, like, I had pretty much nothing in the card, so, like, I'm still doing fine. Um, but yeah, I'm just looking to get out of it. And, like, some of it, like, one card, like, it came back at PSA 10, it probably does, like, 250s. Like, the rest of them, they're, like, 250,
Solid.
200 to $50, like, decent, so
Yeah, I would probably just throw it at auction and let the market do whatever it's going to do to it, and then just take the cash and buy stuff that you actually want with it. Because you're not a Pokemon correctly regular, right? You just picked that up. That was like one of your,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to say Goodwill finds, but I feel like that's what you're like kind of known for, is finding like this super in the weeds stuff, buying it for pennies on the dollar, and then like quadrupling
Yeah.
your money.
Yeah, that was a Facebook Market find, I kid you not, like, back when I was still at home last summer, like, this guy was offering his whole binder, I think, for, $300. I 350. I think I talked him down to, 270, and I was sweating it because I was like, $270 for these Pokemon cards? Like, I was freaking out. Like, back when you start to spend a little bit more money and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like, what is this?" So
It's not the light bulb, Kenny. It's the camera. I'm sitting under two massive banks of LED lights. It's not the light bulb. I don't know what's going on. The camera like autofocuses on the back, and then when it refocuses, it goes super dark. Actually, this would be a perfect question for you. Actually, someone earlier asked me on a low budget how they should get started out, and I feel like that's right in your wheelhouse.
yeah, because 'cause I'm still on low budget now. Yeah, I am.
Well, no, you literally won play of the week on Card Talk Pod with low budget flips. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Yeah, I think I think there's kinda 2 ways that you can go at it, whether you wanna grade or not grade. Because I still think there's opportunity to grade, not with PSA now, but with SGC, I think that opportunity is still there. But yeah, like, going into the dollar bins and really it's a lot of what Card Collector 2, like, preaches too, like, I feel like all his videos are like, "Yeah, I bought this for $1, I'll probably sell it for 5." I mean, if you look at ROI, that's like 5x, so, like, I think that's a good play, but I also think there's opportunity now with SGC to even buy, I don't know, like 10 to $20 cards, send them to SGC for $30. You could get them back, maybe you sell them for 100 or maybe you sell them for $80. Like, there's still room there to be made on some of these cards, so I like yeah, the dollar bins for sure. I'm really also I feel like you kinda know this, but I'm also into, thinking about plays that people aren't thinking about. Like, I'm not really so much into the mainstream sports of, football, basketball, like, I follow those sports, but in terms of cards, I like to look at, the alternative markets, to see what's going on there. The one market I obviously haven't gotten into, though, is F1, still nothing about that, but
Hannah hasn't converted you yet.
no, I honestly and it was on I think the race was on Sunday morning, and I was like I watched it for, a minute, and I was like, I'm gonna change it."
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were on the Olympic plays super early. Like you were buying Olympic stuff like a year before or a year and a half. Like when did you pick up the Simone Biles stuff? Was that like a year before the Olympics?
No, it was, a few months. I think I picked it up,
Oh, it was that close?
yeah, I don't remember. I think I picked up, March, so 6 months.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
you got it and
don't
graded it. You had it long enough at least to grade it.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm already looking at, Winter Olympic stuff, so that's what I'm looking at.
Secret's out now.
Yeah,
148 people now know
148%.
about Winter Olympic plays.
I have been looking at that,
Yeah, I just don't have the patience for the dollar bit. Like I know that the money's there. It's kind of like I don't know. I just feel like you need the mental headspace for that. Like
I love the dollar stuff though, it is true, at the Atlanta show, I was picking up yeah, I paid $1 for the card, I sold it I mean, it is tedious work, I sold it for, $8 on eBay. I mean, even after fees, if you do that enough times, yeah, you'll accumulate money, so
it's about doing it at volume. You can't just do it like 3 cards a
no.
week. You need to do it like 50 cards a week to actually like if you're really serious about like I want to build this bankroll because otherwise it'll take you forever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the whole thing too, is, you have to do it at scale, yeah, if you do that 3 times a week, you're making $15, you probably should do it a bit more than that, but
I think it's also important too, like what does your local scene look like? Like, do you have a lot of card shows you can hit on the regular to be able to dollar dive that stuff, or do you have a good shop that's constantly refilling that? Because if your LCS refills their dollar box like once every 8 months, you're kind of screwed. But if you have multiples to hit, or you have like 3 local shows or whatever you could go to once a month, to kind of to find that stuff. Because I think that's part of the problem. If you don't have a good local feeder system for that, it's hard to find that stuff.
Yeah, and I think too, like when you don't, like I said, I always kind of look for like the alternative stuff. But if you look mainstream, I think obviously there's like signs of what to look for. But one thing that I think people kind of look past is like, yeah, it could be a vet, it could be color, but there are actually a lot of collectors out there still in this hobby that are looking to like put together sets, like put together rainbows of whatever. And so like picking some of that up, you may think it's not worth it, but I guarantee you someone will pay you more for that if they're like if they need it and they're set or whatever. So that's kind of another kind of idea or whatever out there.
Yeah, someone asked about a specific NBA player that I am not familiar with. I've heard the name, but
Nancy Lieberman Klein. Yeah, I'm really not that. Let's see.
what? You're the WNBA expert. You've already failed me.
Uh,
No, I don't think Dakota will be on that. I did not send him an invite. He's been on the channel a lot lately. I had one out to Steve, but I don't think he can make it unless I go super long, and I'm not planning on going that late.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Apparently, she won the.
Yeah, people in chat are saying that she was like a super crazy good player.
Okay. Yeah. In 2000, she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna lie, I think that is a little past my time. I was like,
She used to be a coach. Before we get too distracted, I mentioned this in the video the other day. Let me share my screen really quick. You
yeah,
want
I
to
saw
talk
that.
about your upcoming?
Yeah, I got my little rated rips.
Oh, you got your rated rips.
They sent me some stuff, so
There you go. So I'll let you vamp on this for a minute or two. Oh, whoops.
yeah. So honestly, I probably got introduced to rated rips via Neo, and then I met them at the National. So I sat down with Michaela. We talked for a little bit. We just found each other on the show floor. Um, And so we're doing a kind of partnered together thing for the new member break. And as you mentioned, I think on your video, they do this every month. Like they offer, like if you never braked with them before, they offer a new member break. And so that's the same thing here. And so yeah, the details to enter are posted on my Instagram, on Rated Rips Instagram. But it's completely free if you've never like broken with them before. And then if you have broken with them before, I think there's one spot available for you as well. Um, and so, yeah, we'll be breaking next Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday night, and then you have until Friday to enter. It's super easy. You just follow both of us and tag like 2 people. So super easy. And yeah, I'll be breaking. I think we'll go live with all their swag that they gave me. They gave me this little. I don't have one of these, so I'm pretty excited about this. I feel like a breaker official.
I was mad. I saw them they set up at one of my local shows, and they had all their stuff with them. And I've been putting stickers on my case, and I was like, "Give me a sticker," and she's like, "We forgot them today." And I'm like, "You're killing me.
Oh
You're
yeah,
killing me."
I got like a sticker. I think I got a shirt. I'll probably rep it next Wednesday night. So I'm excited. Yeah.
So I linked to this in chat, but definitely go check it out. Like I said, I'm friends with Sam, and I'm friends with Mike and Michaela from Rated Rips as well. I met them locally through different shows over the last few months. Good people. Definitely go check them out. And a free break's a free break, whether you like breaking or not. A free break's a free break. So
Yeah.
shoot your shot.
I'm excited. I hope I mean, it's football. Luckily, it's like I know football, but don't want to mess anything up. If it was like baseball, I'd be a little worried.
So how does it work? Are you actually ripping, or are they, and you're just hanging out with them like in the live stream, or do you not know how all that's played out yet?
Yeah, we're both ripping. So like I have product, they sent me
Oh,
product.
nice.
And then Michaela will be ripping too. So we'll both be ripping. They gave me some supplies and stuff. So I think I'm not sure if I just like will be shipping it all back to them so they can get it out, or if I'll be shipping it out or whatever. So yeah, it should be fun. Come join even if you don't win. It should be a fun time.
So is this your gateway drug to professional breaker, women of the hobby?
Hannah told me that breaking in LA is a 6-figure job.
Like actually like running it, or actually just sitting there and like opening the stuff?
Like literally just a break. Like you can be a breaker in LA for like 6 figures.
What? Why are?
Is that not enticing, or?
What are we doing?
Uh,
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, me
What
too.
the
I was
hell?
like, "What? I just got a 4-year degree for what?" No.
What? Wow. Okay. Interesting. So I did link to the IG post, and like I said, it's on my community page as well. But
Yeah,
definitely
that's funny.
go.
Someone said anything in LA is 6 figure. Yeah, then I started thinking about it. I was like, let's figure out cost of living here."
That's
So,
true. Anything in LA is like Taco Bell's probably like a 6 figure job.
yeah, literally.
Uh, I'll pose this to you too. Have you ever thought about coming up for a CC2 trade night? I know it's a big ask because it would be a
Mhm.
flight or a drive just for a trade night, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
I think his wife would be a perfect guest for Women of the Hobby. Personally, I don't know if you've thought of that or not, but
yeah,
Regina is fairly active in a lot of his videos and stuff, and she's always in shop. I don't know
yeah.
what her hobby life is like, but I bet you she probably has some interesting stories.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've thought about it, and yeah, I met with Regina at the National. We had a good talk. So I actually have thought about going up there because I actually have a friend from college who lives in Columbus. So
Nice. I haven't announced when the next one is yet. I missed the last one because it was back to back with a local store here doing a trade night. So I kind of had to choose between the two. And it was that shop's first trade night. So I wanted to go to that one. And it was also a lot closer to me. Card Collector 2 is about a 2 hour drive for me to get down there, but I don't
yeah,
mind doing that for the trade nights.
one of one, like that was one of the first breakers. Like I used to be obsessed with watching breaks, and I used to always watch one of one. Like I love them. They were so good.
Yeah, they're great people. I've gotten to know them a little bit. I don't like super know them very like super well, but like I've gotten to know a lot of their employees. Actually, I don't. He's in the card game too. He has a YouTube channel. Clayton Murphy is an Olympic bronze medalist
I've
for
heard his
track
name.
and field. Yeah, he's sets up locally at some of my shows. We met through that. He's actually working at 101 part time now.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
he's local to the Cleveland area, and he has a YouTube channel. It's mostly running stuff, but he sprinkles in cards as well. I'm actually hoping to have him as a guest at some point in time.
Yeah, that's super cool. Wait, and did he end up going to the Olympics
Yeah,
or
he was in Tokyo. He didn't medal at this last Olympics, but he bronzed in the Olympics before.
wow, yeah,
I
that's
forget
crazy.
what it was track and field, maybe 800-meter or something.
Okay.
I forget a relay. I don't remember which. Sorry, Clayton, if you're watching after the fact, because I know he watches my stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, that's super like this is just a random fact I remember, but apparently like in the US, if you get a gold medal, you get like I think it's like you get $30,000 like per gold medal. But then in like other countries, because they don't it's sad, but like they don't win as many medals, you can get
way
the
more.
like a famous star. Like yeah.
It
It's
was
crazy.
so I was watching this stuff. It's crazy how much I'm gonna air quotes say free. Like obviously they train their asses off for it, but like the amount of gear that they get from like Nike and Beats and like all these different companies. He did a bunch of like unboxing videos of like here's the duffel bag of stuff I got sent from Nike or Under Armour or whoever. I think it's
Oh
Nike
yeah.
is the it's insane. I was watching them all when he was posting them.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. I also know one of the girls, I think she was like a rugby player. She started doing all these TikToks of like the Olympic Village and everything, and she now is like verified on TikTok, and I think TikTok is like her full-time job.
Yeah, Clayton got a big following from that as well too. I
Oh,
noticed like
really?
his channel kind of he had been doing it, but it like blew up from doing like the gear unboxings.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, that stuff like, people get so into it, like, at that one point in time, and then, kinda go away from there, but
Do you have travel plans booked for next year's national? Are you locked in?
no, but I heard you talking about it, I think, with Steve, one of the replays of the lives, and it made me start thinking, like, "What am I gonna do?" I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I plan on
so
going, but
I'm not familiar with the Atlantic City scene. I don't know. Maybe Chat knows better than I do. Um, basically the hotel on site's booked. It's got blocked out for vendors mostly, I think. So that's not even in play. So essentially, everything else is basically you have to drive to the venue or Uber or whatever because everyone says don't walk if you actually value your collection or your life. So I I think I'm gonna dig deep dive into like an Airbnb or something, maybe even 20 or 30 minutes away. Because if I have to drive every day anyways, you know what I mean? Like I'll drive. I'm driving to the national anyway, so I'll have a car on site. It's not like I got to eat an Uber charge every day, but Like if I'm going to
Yeah.
drive every day to the convention center, I might as well stay somewhat outside Atlantic City and maybe try to get something on the beach or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I will not be driving, but, I'm trying to see what else it's near. Oh gosh, it's, like, out there, isn't it? Why is it there? Why?
Stay at a hotel with a casino.
Ugh.
I want to spend my money in the convention, not in the casino.
So, like, if you fly, I've heard you, like, fly into Philly
Philly,
pretty much, right?
yeah, Philly is usually the go-to.
Jeez, I don't know about that one. We'll see. I might look into, like, the Airbnb thing, maybe I'll, like, invite some people or something, I don't know.
Yeah, you and Hannah should just team up for something for
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Card Collector 2 is indeed the dollar bin king. I mean that shows you though how I mean he does it at a level that none of us are on just in terms of like bulk buying.
Mhm.
But the fact that like Ryan from Card Collector 2, like his status and like what his bankroll is, and yet what does he do at every show? He's not buying. I mean, I'm sure that he is, but like he's not Sasha T or Roth going around buying, PSA 10 LeBron Chromes or whatever. He's buying $3 Ohio State player cards to sell for a 10. He's just doing it at scale. But he has the angle of the shop to unload the stuff, which most people don't. So that's like his edge. Is he knows he could stick that stuff in a box at the shop. He needs inventory for the shop. He's not posting it on eBay, so he's not dealing with shipping and fees. But still, the fact that that's like his go-to pretty much tells you that that's the best way to still make money in this game.
And he, like, hasn't done it in a while, but those, like, ins IG lives, like, selling off the slabs, like, I think that was pretty successful for him too.
Yeah, I think he's just gotten tied up with so much travel lately and stuff. I loved on the last one of the videos when someone recognized him at Target buying luggage.
Oh, yeah,
I forget which video. It might have been last Dallas card show.
yeah.
I don't think the National will ever go to the West Coast. It's got an East Coast bias built in from the old heads, I believe.
Oh, someone said Avalon or Seaside. I've heard of Seaside. Is that
I think
like
I've heard Seaside too.
yeah, is that kinda like a I feel like I've heard, like, bougie people talk about that, but
Sam
that
shots
could be
shots
the
fired
wrong
shots fired on beach houses.
that could be the wrong Seaside, but
Just
Fortnite
play.
cards.
I'm not big on. I know Fortnite cards go for astronomical sums of money, but
I didn't get in early enough for that, and I never got into Fortnite or, like, video games, really.
Josh Allen beast mode next 5 years. Yeah, the Josh Allen dip lasted about 14 days.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, what are your feelings on Buffalo? I don't know. Like, they won obviously very handily against who? Washington?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're an AFC favorite. I don't know that they're the favorite, but they're right up there with the elite of the AFC. But I think if any one of those teams could come out of the AFC, and I wouldn't be shocked, including my Browns. But I still think it's the Chiefs' division to lose, even though they've struggled, or conference rather, not division. But the football, I mean, I don't know how close you've been paying attention to it. I know that you're a bigger football fan than anything else, but the football market feels semi weird at the moment. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a dip coming regardless of what's going on as we move into the middle part of the season. That's kind of happens all the time,
Mhm.
but I feel like the people that like Kyler Murray, guys like that were underpriced going in have price corrected. And now it's kind of like, do they keep going up or are we going to flatten out and pull back? People were asking about like Mahomes dips. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not a big like I love football, but I don't carry football in the season. I don't like to. I mean, you saw what happened with Christian McCaffrey. Are you looking to buy his stuff on the dip as a PC play? Or
Honestly, I should be, but, um, I don't know, like, this sounds terrible, but I feel like you might understand just because we know position players, like, they're really just not like, they're gonna get hurt, like, he's gotten hurt, like, I'm sorry, but I feel like he probably is going to continue to get hurt for a little bit, um And so, honestly, if I pick up Christian McCaffrey, it'll probably be, like, in a couple years when he's, like, retired or something, because I feel like the market will be somewhat lower, just because he's not playing, and there will be someone similar to Christian McCaffrey in the league playing, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so I'm not looking to pick him up, but what you were saying about, like, kind of an overall dip, I think I could see that happening, but I believe I also saw Chris HOJ, like House of Jordans, Hodge, whatever. I think he posted something like using card ladder data or something about how there was a dip last October, November. I think it was really around November, and I think it's just the culmination of all the sports like baseball, basketball, football. Like the attention is getting drawn into too many places. So.
Yeah, because NBA season's basically here. I mean,
Mhm.
we're at it. Zion broken foot and all. I'll be curious to see how that shakes out over the next like rest of this week. Like, does that cause a little dip in his prices? Because it's like everyone's fears about Zion coming true in one tweet. Like, oh, just randomly had off-season surgery on a broken foot. We just kept that hush hush 2 weeks before the season started. Like, I don't know. Have you tried selling on other marketplaces? Yes, I use my slabs all the time. Sam, you're not on team my slabs yet, are you?
No, I listed to eBay. I'm like, I'm gonna get the most eyes on eBay. I don't really like the fees at that point. I feel like I just don't really like want to do it. So
It's like an extra 3 minutes.
yeah, but I also just think the cards that I have right now aren't really like gonna sell on my slabs.
That's fair because you're more like in the niche PC stuff versus like Trey Young or like Luca
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. So
I assume this is a CMC comment, but see, Sam will be buying for PC purposes, not for Mayfield will carry Allen's jock. Ouch. Mayfield shots fired. We talked about the MPJ payday a little bit. I know a lot of his stuff sold based off the contract alone. I was looking at like my slab sold stuff and just in general, like his stuff flew. I don't know if it actually caused a price spike or not. I could pull up. It's only a day old, so I don't know that it would be. Usually, sometimes it takes a couple days to see that stuff, but I'll look really quick.
I know on Twitter I had like an MPJ listed a few weeks ago, and like someone like went back on it a few days ago, like with or yesterday, whatever that was, and was
Still
like,
available? Question mark.
yeah, like, will you take this now? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
I'm sure he'll see a little bump because he's trendy to begin with, but his stuff's actually gone up a little bit. I'm just going straight to 130 point 2018 Prism. Oh, what did the last couple do? Do this live. What are you like building your bankroll up for anything special, or are you just more of a grab the shiny object that catches your eye type? Like, do you have an end? Someone asked me the other day or a couple weeks ago now, and I thought it was a pretty good question. Like, what's your end game? Do you have one?
I don't know. Yeah, I heard you answer this question too, and you brought up your Marvel comic as being like one of your key pieces. Um, yeah, I don't really know. Like probably I'm still looking to get the elusive Topps Chrome LeBron. I still want to get that card, but I mean, I like the whole thing is like I probably could get that card by selling off a lot of my other cards, but I don't want it to be the only card I have essentially or
Yeah.
good card worth having. So, um, I don't really know at this moment. I kind of still just like buying like small PC things and then selling just like other random stuff to pay for that essentially. So essentially, I'm building up a bit of a PC
So you're
collection.
essentially just churning and burning to pay for the PC, essentially.
Yeah, like that's a lot of what I'm doing. Obviously, I think what I'm doing now too is I'm getting all this stuff back from PSA because I'm trying to just like unload it and yeah, have some cash available to like either A, pick up a PC card or yeah, pick up a card that I believe in to go up in value over time or whatnot. So, um, yeah, I'm really just trying to move a lot of this PSA stuff that I still have, which is kind of annoying because it's those cards that you wish you had never sent in. But
I have some. What do I have over here? Some anyone interested in Tyler Hero Optic Base? Let me tell
yeah,
you, the market's real hot on these right now.
yeah, seriously. But yeah, that's what I had too. I have like a PJ Washington, which I guess he's the Hornets, but like I don't really care to have him or whatever. So
Yeah. So to answer this question, no, MPJ has not seen a major price spike yet. I looked at his Prism Base and his Prism Silver. They're the same prices that they were prior to. I think there's just been more action on his stuff sitting. Now, maybe some of his more rare low pop stuff is moving a little bit faster, and maybe that stuff's gone up a little bit. But Prism Base, Prism Silvers, not at least in the last couple days.
yeah, I think I saw Slab Stocks post something. I'm not sure if it was actual sales or if they were just predicting that his market would go up now. Oh yeah, they just posted like they posted Fast Break Blue and a Court Kings auto, and they were just saying like in the comments, do you think like what do you think about the deal? But
I know his stuff's up quite a bit. Flipping Steve was talking about he bought MPJ Blue Velocity PSA 10s rookies and flipped them at the Philly show for double what he paid for them like a month ago. And that was prior to the contract extension.
yeah, I was looking at MPJ over the summer just because he was really cheap. Like he was definitely pretty cheap. But I think yeah, obviously if I had him now, I would be selling now.
Um, Buyer protection with my slabs is PayPal goods and services. So it's just the same buyer and seller protections that you would have using any PayPal transaction on Facebook or Discord or IG or whatever. PSA 2 pricey SGC 30. I mean, there's right and wrong cards for S. Sam's the SGC queen. Um, I'm the PSA fluffer, as my comments like to tell me. uh, it just depends. There's the right card for the right situation. It all depends on what the comps. It's a math, as Dakota and I like to say, it's a math equation. Do you collect all slab Sam, or are you a PSA snob? I know the answer to this, but
Like collect, I would collect anything. Like if it's PC, I don't really care what slab it's in. But I agree with Neo. Like in terms of value, it's based off what the market says is worth more. And right now, people are saying PSA is worth more. So uh, I collect all slabs. I guess I actually have all slabs. Like I was just looking at like BGS, PSA. I got my first CSG, and I also have SGC. I don't have HGA though. So
they're not, I don't know that they're actually a real
yeah,
slab. So.
yeah. Don't
Well,
have.
what do you think of CSG having had one in hand now? I was impressed having
Yeah.
had one once I got one in hand.
Yeah, I like them. I agree, like, the actual quality of the slab is nice, but yeah, the label is just ridiculous. It's the big 9 or, like, the big grade numerical, like, numerically, and then the mint or gem mint or whatever is, like, so hard to read, and then there's a lot of white space, and it's also like, yeah, why did you choose green of all colors? And then like, personally, like, the slab that I like the most that looks the best to me is Beckett, so
My only issue with them is the ones that I've had like I had a Luca True Gem and the slip was loose in it. It was sliding all over the place. And I've seen that happen a lot on them, or like where the auto. Have you ever seen the auto ones where they get crooked in there, or they look like they're not four sharp corners? Like one of them gets a little rounded off, or the little square gets a little sideways in there. I like the way that they feel. I actually, my comment on CSG is I love them from the neck down, but
yeah,
from the neck up, they're hideous. But they are having one in hand. I've never seen a slab that clear. Like they just look
CSG.
crystal clear. The CSG slabs.
Yeah, and well, my thing with PSA too is I've gotten several cards back from, like, personal orders where you move the card is, like, shaking in the slab. Like, you can
I've
hear it
I've
go up
seen that
and
a little bit before. That's actually one of the things I don't like about SGC, because to me, some cards in SGC slabs fit really loose.
yeah. So I've had a couple from PSA, like, some of them like, from the same order, like 2 cards right off the line. One of them will do it, and one of them won't. So
Yeah. Regarding Embiid post Simmons, it's so hard to tell because we don't know what they're going to trade Simmons for. So it's hard to say what Embiid looks like without knowing what they get in the Simmons package. Yeah, for PC, the slab shouldn't matter. PC is the ultimate buy the card, not the slab. Us evil flippers and investors buy the slab, not the card.
yeah, I mean for PC too, like I'll buy stuff not slabbed. Like I don't really care that much. So
Starstock adding amounts to today's list. So I haven't had a chance to dig into this yet. I saw Dakota post about this and I glanced at it very briefly. The thing that I like about it is from the offer perspective, being able to set the duration of the offer. Because what I do sometimes is I'll shoot a bunch of offers out and then I always cancel them at the end of the day because I'm always afraid something's going to happen to the player and I'm going to get screwed. So I like the fact that I could say, just keep this offer up for a day and it automatically removes it for me. From a selling perspective, I don't know how much I would use it, but I like it from the buying perspective to automatically take offers out. You're not on Starstock at all, are you, Sam? I know that you thought about maybe looking into it, but
yeah, I like made an account with your code, so you got $10. But no, like I don't get on it. Like it just didn't catch my attention like I thought it would. So
it
I
was
just
definitely a different animal. Peak Starstock was NBA Summer League, not Summer League, NBA bubble games. Those games that they had prior
okay.
to the last year's playoff or the COVID suspended season when they had like that little mini practice for like a week. That was like peak Star Stock. The early days of Star Stock were the Wild West because the inventory was so low. There wasn't a lot of cards on there yet. So like you could buy it, you could literally buy out and control the whole market with like $20. Like you just buy every
Wow.
bull card on the marketplace and reset the entire market. But
Oh,
now
okay.
now that's changed. PSA crossovers are opening in, even though they're costly. Would you consider buying high-end SGC slab cards at a discount crossing over? Tempted to buy some high-end SGC 10s. Yes, I actually like, for the purposes of this, I actually like targeting SGC 9.5s, but you have to crack them. You can't send them in the slab. The reason why I like SGC 9.5s is the cost of entry is a lot lower. Usually you can get SGC 9.5s for not much more than raw or a little bit of a premium. So you're just using it as a pre-screen. You know it's a really solid card. And even if there's a 50-50 chance it crosses over to a PSA 10, it's usually worth it. I made money off HGA. Just got to send the right stuff, like Neo said with SGC. Yeah, sure. I would just go with SGC 10 times out of 10 over sending to HGA personally. It's just every day with them is something new.
And you got to make it in their queue, right? Are they still doing that?
Oh, there's no queue anymore. It's wide open.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember if you were in here yet, or maybe you saw it. Today's latest controversy is they graded slabbed a fake Gretzky OPG rookie.
No, I don't know if I saw that.
I didn't make a post or anything about it, but it's Ryan from Breakout Cards tweeted out about it.
Okay, on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. SGC is all about the length you're comfortable holding. If it's 6 months or less, vintage or nope. If you can hold stuff for 2+ years, SGC all day. So my problem with the whole buy the slab and wait for the grading company to catch on game is that feels risky to me. Like, I don't know that I want to go load up my case with SGC slabs in the hope that SGC gets respect in the marketplace like you think it deserves. Because then you're dual risk then. You're risking, does it actually happen? And also does something not happen to the player that's in the slab? So that's my only problem with dealing with that. If I had a super high end card, I would definitely send the Beckett. PSA is just not an affordable option. That's an interesting take, Kenny G, because PSA is cheaper than Beckett. And it's going to drastically outsell it. So you're more than going to make your money up for it on, I mean, I guess it depends on how high end you're talking. You know, if you're talking like ridiculously high end, like $100,000, then yeah, maybe they're more expensive, but you're going to make your money back on PSA way easier. And Beckett's a disaster right now. I really hope CSG redesigns the label. I don't know why they went with what they went with. Honestly, the CGC, I don't know. Have you seen CGC slabs, Sam? Like the grade Pokemon in with the blue
Yeah,
label?
blue.
Those look good to me. I mean, I'm used to them from comic books, but I don't know why they didn't go with that. I understand they have this whole color coding thing, but I think it was a mistake.
What was the reasoning? Like a color coding or
Yeah, so like each one of the divisions of their grading company has a different color code. So like
oh,
comic books are blue, cards are green, coins are a different color, and like they have something else
oh,
that's a different color. So
okay.
like that represents like what the thing is, which I don't whatever. Biggest mistake or regret in the hobby last year.
Um, I bought into a soccer card at probably its almost peak, and that was super detrimental. And it was mainly because I just like was jumping in. It was super hot. I thought I did my research, didn't really do enough, I guess, and so that was sad. Lost a good amount there, and had opportunity to sell and not lose as much. So that's another regret is not selling on the way down as well. So yeah, that was a regret that I had. Humble brag. I don't I don't have too many wins, so I'm just kidding. Um,
I mean, the obvious one's play of the week.
yeah, I had the
You
most
won play of the week on Card Talk.
me for that. I actually bought Tiger Woods rookie like last summer, I think for like $100, and then I sold it when the news of the documentary or whatever came out for about 500. So that was pretty nice.
That's pretty strong.
That was fun.
SGC is ugly and dull looking. Shots fired. For me, I guess I would go upcoming product releases you're most looking forward to. Mine's going to be an off the wall one. It's going to be Spider-Man Metal because I don't rip sports card wax really. Do you have anything that you're hyped on, Sam?
Geez,
Wax wise?
no, I don't really. I like can't even buy wax anymore. Like, what are you talking about? It's so expensive.
That's why I'm hyped for Spider-Man Metal because it's not that expensive for a box.
Yeah, and like they're so behind too on the products. Like, I think the Card Talk Pod guys were talking about it. Like, they still have to do like flawless basketball. Like, I think, and like all these other ones. So
Yeah, they seem way behind on the current product schedule. Like the season starts and Flawless isn't even out yet. I know Flawless is always like the last one to release, but I
mhm.
still feel like it should be out by now. I wonder if they're hit with like supply chain delays.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, they took some time off, I believe, in production. So
I agree with this high fades. SG's like all the grading companies. PSA has literally been closed for 6 months and no one's really made up ground on them yet. To me, it just feels like if it was going to happen, it would happen now. Like this was the area of opportunity, and it just hasn't been reflected in the comps at all yet. I think SGC's 100, as we've talked about a ton. SGC is 100% viable, but you just have to know what you're in for. It's going to maybe take you a little bit longer to sell it, and you need to accept that you're going to get 60% of a PSA 10 if you get an SGC 10. And if you get an SGC 9 or a 9.5, it's probably not going to go for that much more than raw. That's the only scary downside to SGC is that the 9s and 9.5s don't get you a lot of love. So sometimes it's hard to break even on a 9. Just trying to play catch up on chats. Oh, KPJ, my boy. RPA, a thicker NT RPA, I think is still in play for Beckett. That is the one thing I would consider using Beckett for, unless you think it is really clean and it'll PSA 10. Because you have a better chance at a 9.5. Because there'll be, you get a 9 on a corner. Usually it's corners that cause problems on those. But do you have any hot NBA prospects that you're excited about, or any NBA players that you're fired up for this season? I know you're more of a football person.
no, I mean everyone's talking about what's Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Jalen Green personally. I just think he's going to be a more exciting player on the Rockets. Cade seems like a really good NBA player, but maybe not hobby love.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't followed these upcoming rookies. I mean, mainly because I didn't watch college basketball last year either. So I don't know. I felt like it was kind of a weird year of sports for me. I didn't pay attention as much as I normally did, but uh, so yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know too much about the upcoming players. I'm interested to see about the Hornets though this year. Hopefully, we like do decent. I don't know.
They should flirt with the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like make playoffs, like 7 seed, 8 seed, probably. But
Yeah, I think they're better than a play-in. I'd have to like sit down and look, but like I feel like they're above a play-in team. Not much above a play-in team, but it'll be interesting to see a full season of LaMelo, and hopefully Gordon Hayward can stay healthy. The Cavs, not so much. I'm in for a long season. They might be exciting. I have Sexland to root for and Evan Mobley, so we'll see how that plays out.
I believe we also have Jello. Is that his name? Jello on the I think that's his name. Leangelo? I don't know, whatever.
Oh, LiAngelo, yeah. Is he actually going to make the team, or is he just like there
No.
to keep LaMelo in check?
Yeah, he's on like the G League team, or he'll probably be one of those players that like goes back and forth every other game. But Devonte Graham used to be like that, but I believe we
You
traded
shipped
him.
him off to Zion land.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Oh, this is interesting. What company do you think has a national TV commercial first, Golden or Star Stock? I'm gonna say neither. I would go with Fanatics.
I don't know. Golden's they're doing the TV show.
Oh, that's true. Actually, that I forgot all about that. That's 100% right. Golden is the answer because they're doing what is that going to be on?
I don't know. I think they were really doing it as like a spinoff, I think, of kind of like the Pawn Stars like type thing. So I think that show is on like the History Channel, honestly, but I don't know. Or was it on
Flipping Steve could not make it till later. I think he might be doing his own live stream later tonight, so keep an eye out for that because he couldn't do last night. And Dakota did not get an invite. Dakota was on last week, so Darius Garland to the moon. Have a ton of color at PSA. I'm pro Darius Garland. I like the land before the sex when it comes to sex land. For sure. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up pretty quick here because I do not want to go super late. So I'll give you guys all a chance to throw in some last minute questions here for me or Sam. Well, I'll throw this up on the screen one last time with the to go check out. Oops.
Yeah, the free break with Rated Rips.
Yeah, go check out the free break by Rated Rips if you haven't. Let me post the link in chat here again. And what I heard you talking about this on your last episode of Women of the Hobby, and I could not agree with you more. I am like jonesing for a show, like a big show. Like I have my locals, which are fine; they're great. Don't get me wrong, but like I want like 100 and some tables plus, which I think I'm gonna look to go to Shipshewana, which is in the middle of nowhere. But Card Collector 2's been there before. It's like 160 tables in early November.
Okay.
And it's like a 4-hour drive for me, so it's not like terrible.
Yeah, I think there's a show, like there's the Hickory show, which I think Roth Cards has been to, and Kenneth like Fornos.
I think they were just there, weren't they? Not that long ago. Was that show not that long ago?
Yeah, so there's like that show. I think it's like every other month or something. So there's that one coming up in October, like the middle of October. That's about an hour for me, so I'll probably go to that one. Hopefully, and check it out. But yeah, I'm excited because I haven't been to a show since the National, so I feel like that's the time. Honestly, we were talking about like dollar bin plays. I mean, personally, I don't really have an LCS close to here anymore, so that's really one of the best ways to get those good plays is at the show for sure.
Were you able to even do much of that at the National, or was it just too much going on that you even do like a lot of? I think you did on Sunday, right? But like when things were a little more chill.
But yeah, I didn't really like. I was mainly just at the National picking up like Panther stuff. Like I picked up that Lebron the last Sunday. But other than that, yeah, I didn't do the other like dollar box digging. I feel like that was so overwhelming there. You're like, you spend like an hour at one box at one table, and you're like, oh my gosh, like
that's even if you can get to the table.
Yeah,
like depending on what day it is.
It's too much. So
my biggest regret from the National was not going Tuesday night and getting there the day early. Or Wednesday night, rather. Wednesday night.
Well, yeah, because I think a lot of the finds within like the value boxes would have been gone by Friday. So
It's not even so much about that. It was just like I feel like I didn't have enough time for everything, and maybe that's just kind of unique to us because we're like in addition looking at cards, like we're looking at like networking slash meeting people slash here's this person that I talk to all the time online and have never had a chance to actually like say hey to in person. So
Mm-hmm.
we're like getting pulled in a little bit more directions, but I just would have liked that extra night. I think there. I know you missed Card Collector 2 Trade Night.
Yeah.
Um, was your big I don't want to say whiff, but like that was the big thing you kind of missed out on by showing up the day late.
Yeah, I didn't show up till Friday, so, um, kinda missed
Yeah, I think
it.
Jersey, I'm gonna try to get there Wednesday afternoon at least.
Yeah, that's, like, a little concerning that everything's already booked up and, like, I don't know.
Well, I think it's just the one hotel on site's booked up. I think the rest of the stuff is still. I mean, I haven't done a deep dive,
Yeah.
but I think getting into that hotel that's on site was a pipe dream anyway. To be honest,
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
but yeah,
I
I would like to
wonder
get there Wednesday afternoon. I think that's my play this year is to get there Wednesday afternoon. I would have liked to have that extra night slash because I missed the whole day almost driving because I didn't get there till like after lunch on Thursday.
right. I've heard too that the venue is bigger in Atlantic City,
It
right?
is. That's what everyone says. Yeah, so everything's more spread out, which would
Um,
be good. Um, I forget what I was going to say. I drew a blank. The other thing that I would like to get, actually, the really sneaky play is, which I will leverage my audience with this 100%, is I'd like to try to get a vendor pass.
you should be able to, I mean or a
Well,
vendor
I'm sorry,
pass
you got a media pass
or like a
last
media
time.
or like a media pass.
Yeah, either vendor or media pass, preferably vendor, because I think they can get in even the day earlier.
Oh, the day. Yeah, the
Because
media
you can get in
though,
on Tuesday.
you could get in at like 8:30. I took advantage of that, I'm not gonna lie.
The media pass. Yeah, I remember when you had. I'm like, how the hell did you get a media? I was definitely jelly of the media pass. I'm not even gonna lie.
Hannah got one too.
What? Like she had one reserved, or she just did your game and just walked up and asked for one?
No, I had one reserved, but apparently she did too. I didn't even know she was doing that.
I'll have to get the contact that you guys used last time because I emailed them and they did not email me back.
Yeah, I don't even think I got an email back, but, I think it's also could have been, yeah, just one of those situations where you go up and you act like you know what you're doing.
That's the, you know what? You're not wrong. Just if you act like you're supposed to be there, is half the battle 9 times out
Yeah.
of 10 in those situations. So we'll go ahead and wrap up there. Go check out the free break. I don't remember if I linked to it again, but I will one last time. And then if you're not subscribed to Women of the Hobby, you should be. You do what? About weekly videos, give or take?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back started doing the interviews with the other women too, this week or should be posted next week. So got a little bit away from that, just like with everything. So we'll be doing more of that, which I'm more excited for because I like doing that. Not so heavily dependent on just like market talk, but also just like the other collectors as well. So
Doing a once a week show, though, you're pretty much always guaranteed that there's going to be something to talk about. There's
yeah,
just so much
exactly.
shenanigans in the hobby on a daily basis.
Yeah, there's literally always news every week, and if it I still feel like the biggest news though, like by far, which I think everyone here would agree with, is still like the fanatics. Like I know it's still yet to come, but it's like that's just crazy. So
Yeah, and there's going to be so much more crazier stuff that comes out of that we're not even like as much speculation that has gone on about the Fanatics acquisitions and licenses and whatnot. There's probably 6 things that no one's even thought about that they're just going to be like, and we're doing this, and everyone's going to be like, what?
yeah,
Whatever those are, I have no idea, but
yeah. I will mention like I'm just curious if you have seen it or you're thinking about going. I think I heard personal finance dad mention with Steve on their live that they did the other day that he was probably going to go. Is the Gym Mint Collective show in Vegas in January?
maybe I heard about that one. I was thinking about going to the because there's or no, did that get pushed to February? Wasn't the Atlanta show going to be in January, or did that get moved to February?
Yeah,
The Prism
um,
Gods one.
it might have. I might go to that one. I probably would drive to that one. But the Prism God, yeah, I think that got moved to February.
I mean, Vegas is always interesting because you can get cheap flights, you can get a cheap room. It'll probably just depend on what the state of the world is at that point in time. I hesitate to try to plan travel that far out in 2021,
I
even though
know.
it'll technically be 2022. But
Yeah, that's kinda where I am. I'm kinda like, "Well, like, is it gonna happen?" Like, I don't know, I feel like people were saying too if the national was a few weeks later, it may not have
I mean, we
happened.
were talking about that that night, me, you, and I can never remember her name from Bullpen
Nice.
LA. Yeah, Ty, we're sitting in the hotel lobby. I think we had that same conversation about like if this is 2 weeks from now, does this actually happen? Which I think didn't a very large concert get canceled like a week or two after the national that was like at the same site of Lollapalooza?
Probably, yeah, I like, that sounds pretty familiar, so I would imagine, yeah, I think a bunch of things got canceled, like, post that, but honestly, I haven't heard much in a while about that. I don't know if, like, I'm just not following that anymore, but
I mean, all these other shows are happening. I mean,
yeah,
Dallas is in
yeah,
Texas; they don't really
yeah,
care. But like
yeah.
in general, like I mean, you just had. I know you didn't go, but like the Raleigh show just happened. Like NBA games are about to happen, like in full arenas. So
Yeah, that was something I saw today, which I don't wanna extend this super long, but,
no, you're fine.
um, Kyrie's, like, vaccination status.
Well, him, Wiggins, and Bradley Beal are all like a major mess.
Okay, yeah, I saw Bradley Beal. I had it on mute, but I, like, had it over there, and I
It's
was
a
like,
bigger deal for Kyrie and Wiggins because the local laws say they can't play home
yeah,
games, whereas
yeah.
Bradley Beal doesn't have that problem in Washington. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Wiggins sounds like he's going to entrench in. Kyrie, I'm not even going to try to guess what's going through Kyrie's head. I mean,
Kyrie also thinks the Earth is flat, so, I mean
listen, listen. I'm really torn on Kyrie. The guy hit the greatest shot in my life in the NBA Finals in 2016,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then he also bailed on me like 2 years later because he's like didn't want to play with LeBron anymore. So I can only have so much Kyrie slander because I got to give him at least a little bit of respect for the shot. The guy won me an NBA, not me, air quotes, the fan, won my team the NBA championship. So,
Oh, yeah, he was definitely I thought he did really well, obviously, that series.
but he's bonkers. Like
Yeah,
he's,
he's crazy, like, he's literally an interesting like, such an interesting person, um, just really out there, I think, but
yeah. Yeah. And I did see some stuff to Toa's point that they were working on a health protocol deal, but everything that I had heard was the players union said anything that's a vaccine mandate's a non-starter. So I think LeBron stays to play with his kid, assuming health. I think he wants to try to play with his kid at least 1 year. That's been I'm not the first one to have that thought. A ton of people have said that he'll try to hang on to play one season with his kid. So, but yeah, Kyrie is banana lands crazy. So I'm not even going to try to speculate on what he does. He could show up vaxxed tomorrow, or just like it would not shock me if there's a Woj bomb anytime in the next 6 weeks that just says Kyrie retired. Like I would not be like, I think it's just as likely that happens as him just showing up to play like with no issues. Like the dude's straight head case. Oh,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna end on this one. Last one. Who retires first, LeBron or Brady?
Uh
Brady's older, but by a lot. I think Brady's 44,
Yeah, he is.
I think, and LeBron's what, 34? Is LeBron 34? 36? 38?
That's what I need to know is LeBron's age.
His birthday's Christmas, I know that, or New Year's. Should know this.
Yeah, you're the Cavs guy.
36.
36.
He's 8 years younger. Holy smokes.
Mm, who will retire first? I'll have to go with Brady.
I worry LeBron's starting to break down a little bit.
I agree, but I think he'll probably still stay. Like, I don't know.
Brady's 44 and going to lead the league in touchdown. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
How much longer is Brady's contract?
Well, that almost doesn't matter in the NFL because they're just. I think he signed. Was that a 4-year deal?
I thought he signed like a pretty. Yeah.
But a lot of football contracts are non-guaranteed. So
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Brady. I think Brady will retire.
I, yeah. Just I think the numbers game, just because he's way older. Like if Brady has one significant injury, you would think he would just hang it up.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, either way, I wouldn't be shocked if it was LeBron either. Like, I'm not gonna be shocked if
They
either
both
way.
got that youth juice though.
Yeah.
2-year deal in Tampa. Okay, but I mean he'll stay as long as Tampa wants him. You know what I mean? Tampa's gonna keep paying him as long as Brady wants to keep playing football.
Yeah, because he, like, doesn't eat bread, but sponsors the Subway commercial.
Sandwich shots fired on the way out the door of Tom Brady. Sheesh.
Yeah, they say it on the commercial. It's very interesting, but
That's funny. All right, chat. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Win of the Hobby. Go check out the free break that them and Rated Rips are running on IG. And we will catch you guys and girls tomorrow for an NBA video. Do you have a video this week, Sam? Do you have anything locked in? I know you just had one like 2 days ago.
yeah, I might post. Depends on if we record Thursday, so I might post either Friday or Sunday again. It depends. So
Is that a guest or is that just you and Hannah with your normal, like, kind of week in the hobby
yeah, me and Hannah,
chat
and then definitely there will be one next Monday. So
with a guest?
mhm.
Ooh,
Yep.
spicy, spicy, spicy,
Yeah,
spicy.
yeah.
All right, chat. We'll catch you guys and girls later.
Thank
Peace.
you.